Alright, the first thing you need to do is disconnect your negative battery terminal. You got a 10mm nut here. You don't have to take it off. That's all you have to do is loosen it. Loosen it, twist it, take it off, and put it to the side. Don't put it to the side like this because it can come back and connect and cause a short somewhere. So you want to make sure you tuck it in between there. Next, move over here. So what you're going to do, you have your engine cover right here. They call a beauty cover. It's got 4 posts that hold on into 4 rubber grommets. That's all you have to do. Take each corner, pop it up. And this is what I'm talking about. Here's the 4 grommets. And here are the 4 posts they go on. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And while we're here, take the oil dipstick out. Alright? Alright, the next thing we're going to do is remove our 4 ignition coils. Now your ignition coils is held in by 10mm bolts. Now I'm only going to show you 1, and then you can go on and do the rest of the 3. First you got to unplug them. Now to unplug them, there's a safety tab right here. Now first thing you got to do is push that safety tab back, like just like that. Don't keep pulling it or it will come off. Then you want to grasp the connector, squeeze down on this tab right there, squeeze down on it, and pull back. Unplug it. Next, take you a 10mm. Take the bolt out, put it to the side, twist your coil back and forth to break the seal up inside, and pick it up just like that. Now, what you can do, no, actually not what you can do, what you're going to do, what I want you to do, take that bolt and look over here, and you want to put that bolt right back into place. And that way you don't have this bolt leaning around there and later on you're wondering where it goes. So put that bolt back in there and move on to the rest. Alright, the other 3 is exactly the same. So let's get those out. Alright, now here's the harness going to your coils. Just want to pull that to the side. The next thing you want to do is you're going to have 2 breather hoses right here. One right here and one going right here, and this is your PCV valve. So take your pair of pliers, squeeze the clamps together, bring them back on both hoses. Now sometimes you could take your hand and twist it like I did right there. Now if you can't, take your pliers and don't squeeze down hard because those fittings right there is plastic and you can't break them. You can take your pliers, just grasp it a little bit and twist it. Twist it, pull the hose off. Let's see if this one does it. Okay, this one came off. Pull the hoses off, lean them to the side. Now you have your you got your 2 cam sensors right here. Now what you want to do to unplug each cam sensor, you got a tab right there on the top. You want to put your finger up under there to grasp the connector, push that tab down, and back up on that plug. Just like that, and get the other one. Okay, now your cam sensors, you can leave them in. You do not have to take them out. So the next thing you're going to do is you get your actually before you get your 10mm, what you want to do is come over here and disconnect your VVTs, because you got this harness going over here. So now you don't have to disconnect this one, but I'm going to just disconnect it just in case I pull the harness. So take this one, squeeze the tab, unplug it, bring it around. The harness goes into that little clip right there, so take it out. It goes around here. Now, you got your other one right over here. Your other one right here. So just want to bring that tab out just a little bit. Don't pull on it too much or you will break it. And as you're pulling that out, unplug it. Now you come up, your harness is going into a clip right here. If I can get this a good shot at this. This little tab, it's like an arrowhead. You're going to push this side in and then go over there to push this side in. So what you're going to do is push that side in just a little bit. Pull it out, and then you're going to go to the other side and push that in, while at the same time pushing. Let me get this. I'm trying to do this without getting in the way of the camera. Okay, I need that side. Let me get this side. And pop that right out, and there's how it looks right there. Take this harness, swing this over to the side. All right, next thing you're gonna do is grab the same 10mm. Now you got 14 bolts holding on this valve cover. Now here's a good way of knowing. Make sure you get all the 4 bolts. In the center of the valve cover, there's gonna be 4 bolts. One right here in the center. Then there's gonna be 2 right in the middle here. And then right towards the end, there's going to be another. So there's going to be 4 right in the center. Now on each side, there's going to be 5 bolts. Now here's how, this is a good little trick, guys. The other ones, because you can't hardly see. On the other side, there is going to be another bolt right adjacent with this one. So if you got one here, go on the other side, right on the corner, you're going to see another one. And you're going to have 5 on this side, so there's going to be 5 on the other side. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And if you go right over, you're going to see 5 in the same place. Now, this can take you a little while if you're going ahead using just a 10mm socket with a ratchet. But some guys, that's what you got. Me, on the other hand, what you guys need to do is get you a battery-operated ratchet. So that way, it's a lot faster. Now I'm using this because of the ones in the back. I don't, you can't use it any longer. But for the ones in the front, I use my cordless nut driver, and this takes it off a lot faster. So all the ones right here, the 9 bolts right here up in the front, you can take off with this, but the 4 in the back, you're going to have to use that. All right, 5 in the back. 4. If I said 4, it's 4.
There's 5 in the back.
Okay. So guys, let's get all those bolts out of there. Alright, we got all 14 bolts out. All bolts are the exact same length, so you don't have to worry about getting them confused or mixed up. Take your little screwdriver, and what you want to do, just find any kind of point right here and just stick the screwdriver under it and pry up on the cover. And just take your entire cover and pick it up. Now what you can do, guys, take your cover, turn it upside down, put all your bolts in that section right there so you know exactly where they go. And what I'm going to do is set that into the party line. I'm going to show you what the party line is in a little while, somewhere along this video. Alright, so let's set this down. Alright, next thing we'll do is jack up and secure the right front of the vehicle. I'm going to get the tire off and show you what I mean by secure it. But right now, let's get this tire off. Your tire is held on by 5 21mm lug nuts. So got a 21mm deep. You can go ahead and take all 5. And once you take all 5 off, the hubcap is going to come off, so you don't have to worry about that. Just keep it with the wheel. Alright, let's get those off and get this tire out of the way. Alright guys, oh, I did forget to show you something. If you look right here, there's our jack stand. Make sure you got a good jack stand. What's more importantly, make sure you got a good foundation for that jack stand. If you're on grass or something, make sure you have a piece of plywood under there or it will sink into the ground. Funny. Alright, now guys, coming around here, our inner fender well, this thing should be clips on it. I guess they just came out and you can see the tire worn right into it. But I know. So there's 2 of them, 1 and 2 missing right there. But there is 2 right over here that I can show you how to take out. So you want to get you a body panel pry bar, either this one or this one. And what you want to do is take it, squeeze it right between the top, and pop that out just like that. Get this other one out. Alright, now going up here, this thing has a little, I don't know if you can see right there, a little dotted line.
Yeah.
That's where it folds at. So you can take that down and you can fold it if you want right at that point and just get that out of the way. Tuck that over to the side just like that so we can get to this front cover. Alright, for this next step you're going to need your 10mm deep and get you a 6-inch 3/8 drive extension. This front cover right here has to come off. Now there's two 10mm bolts straight up. So now looking towards the front, there's gonna be one bolt right about in this section right here. Then move over, go across, and right here, right where the brake hose is, you're gonna see another one. Take those out and get this cover out of your way. And bring that down. Now if you want, you can set this down to the party line, or well, yeah, do that. But these bolts right here, it's a good idea to put them back in there. Alright, so now we got the front of the engine. That's exactly what we needed to see. And this is kind of sucks because I think we might be able to do this without taking off this whole cover. What the heck is that? Look at that, I got me a tool. Yeah, buddy. Mine. Alright. Because we're gonna have to take our jack and a block of wood and put it up under the oil pan to jack up the engine to remove the motor mount. I'll show you that in a few minutes. But being that this is flexible, we can actually put the block of wood right there without having to remove this whole undercover. So let's stick these two bolts back in there, and the next thing we're going to do is get ready to remove that mount. Alright guys, we got our hydraulic jack, a block of wood, here's the rubber undercoating, undercover that you don't have to remove, and there's our oil pan. So you want to have your block of wood right there, and you want to jack up. And see, it's going to flex a little bit, and just till it touches the motor, and then pick up just a little bit more. Just like that, just to put tension on it. Lock that into place, and now let's go up on top and remove our motor mount. Alright, the next thing we're going to do is get our mount out of the way. Now before we do that, we're going to take our horn out of there so the horn don't get in the way of this cover coming off. So first what we're going to do is unplug the horn. You have your little tab right there. You're going to squeeze that tab into the connector and pull back. Let me see if I can. So let's squeeze that in there and pull that out. Lean that to the side. Now, you know what? Let's get this ground strap out of the way, but remember to put this thing back. This is a body ground. If you leave it out, you can cause a lot of things can happen, electrical things. It's got two 10mm bolts. Let's get those 10mm bolts out. One, take it out. Remember to put your bolts back into place so you know they go there. Take this. We're going to put this to the side. Put this, well, not here, to the side over here. We're going to put that in the party line. I got to still show you the party line. Now, we got 3 17mm nuts right there.
So, but I thought you were removing the
Yeah, I am. I'm going to get this out of the way so we can see it better. 3 17mm nuts and a 17mm bolt. Get yourself. So, we're going to take those off. 1, 2, 3. Now when you take this bolt out right here, the engine is going to shift because the only thing that's going to hold it up now is that jack with the wood on it. Okay, shift it just a little bit. Take the bolt out. Take this bracket and pick it right up. Now you could, if you want, you can put. Oops. This one goes over here. Put that back on. Put this back on. Put your bolt back in there. And let's put the bracket and that ground strap in the party line. Alright, now that we got that out of the way, let's get our horn out of the way. And you're going to have a bolt right here. This is a 12mm bolt. bolt out of there. Take your horn out. Put your bolt back in there. And we're going to put this to the party line. But before we do, let's get our mount out of here. Now your mount is held on by 3 14mm bolts. There's one down here. See that good?
Yeah. Well, maybe it's a little. I can see it, but I know it's there.
Yeah.
Oh. Right.
You know what?
That one I can see.
Get this right. Put this over here. Okay. 1, 2, and 3. Now I'm going to be using a 14mm, and I'm going to be using a 1/2 inch drive, and I'm going to be using a 6-inch 1/2 inch drive extension. And we're going to go ahead. Dang it. 3. All bolts are the same length. Take your mount up. Take your bolts, put them back in there so you know where they go. Ooh, yeah, boy, everything looking good. All right, let's go put these in the party line. All right, now that we got the mount out, what I want you to do is lower the engine. Take your jack, hydraulic jack, and lower the engine down. Stop it right there. You want to go underneath. You have your water pump pulley right here. It's got the 4 10mm bolts, and what you want to do is take your 10mm wrench and you want to loosen them up. You don't want to take them out right now. You just need to loosen them up. And then once you loosen them up, we're going to go back to the top, and then we're going to jack the engine up. All right, jack the engine up. What you want to do is jack it up enough so you can get this little feature right here, this 12 point, whatever they want to call it. Now you can use a 17mm socket or a 17mm wrench. And what you want to do is take the 12, it's got to be 12 point. You want to put it on, and you're going to be going counterclockwise, and you're going to get the engine to move because it's all like that, because it's off that mount. But here's a little trick, guys, because this is kind of hard to pull up. So what you want to do is put your wrench there, take you another big wrench, the closed end, lock it into the open end part of the wrench, bring it forward, and now you got the leverage to go ahead and bring that forward. Reach over to the alternator or the idle pulley and take the belt off, and slowly release that back. Okay, get that pulley, get that off, and now you can go ahead. You can push that belt down out of the way, and now you can go ahead and take off, finish taking off those 4 bolts, and you can now move them up. Better. Let me get that belt out of the way a little bit. It might be better just to lower the engine, and let's lower it down. Alright. And now we're going to go up under there with our hand and now remove those 4 bolts. Alright, we got one more bolt to take out. Let's take this bolt out. Hit me in the head with the camera.
Sorry.
Once you get the bolt out, wiggle that pulley. You have to drop the engine a little bit more in it, if we can. If we can't, okay. There we go. Get that out. Take the 4 bolts, and let's put them to the party line. Alright guys, now that since we're down here, let's get some bolts out of the way. Let's get our harmonic balancer off, and we need to take off. There's 4 bolts. 1, 2, 3, and 4. From the oil pan going into the timing cover. Now I'm going to be using a swivel socket, 10 millimeter, because a straight you're going to have a hard time getting those off. But with a swivel, it's easy to take those bolts out. So you got 1, 2, and 3, 4. Take those out. And then you're going to take a 22 millimeter socket and you're going to take off this bolt right here to the harmonic balancer. So 22 millimeter. Okay. And that sucks. Look at that mess right there. That's some bull. Time to get another socket. Alright, let's go get another socket. Alright guys, I took the rest of the bolts out for here and get the rest of my socket out of here. I don't have another 22, but 7/8 is the equivalency. And I got an impact, so this should be pretty good. Here, let's get this now. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, buddy. 7/8. Now, your harmonic balancer should be able to wiggle and pull right off. Just like so. Was that loose? No, it wasn't. Alright, so we can take the cover bolt, some of the cover bolts off of here right now, but I'm not going to do that. What we're going to do here is let's put this bolt to the side, this harmonic balancer, and now we're going to jack the engine up because we got to remove some stuff from the top. Alright guys, you know what? I'll show you a little trick. Now, your oil pan, there's no oil pan gasket, it's just a gasket maker. But this front cover is going to get stuck there. So what you want to do, and make this for an ease of removal, take you a very flat screwdriver. You want to get it right in the seam right there. Anywhere along there. Take a hammer. And you want to just get that. Try to get a little bit of that screwdriver in there and just bring it down just a little bit. That's all. So what you want to do is just bring that oil pan down just a little bit so it makes that cover a lot easier to remove. Now don't be bending it all crazy. Just a little bit, guys. Just what I'm doing right there. Trust me, that is going to save you a lot of time and aggravation. Okay, let's go over here a little bit. Alright, that's going to definitely help us out. Alright, let's go up to the top. Alright, now we're at the top. Jack your engine up about that high. The next thing we're going to do is remove our alternator and remove our belt tensioner. Now, first of all, for your alternator, you know what, let's go over here. Actually, our VVT over here. Our VVT, I'm sorry, I called that the VVT, that was not. This is the one right here. Unplug it right here, pull this tab up just a little bit, and unplug it out of the way. Come around your alternator right here to unplug it. There's a tab right there. Squeeze that tab into the connector and pull back. Son of a biscuit. There we go. Now this right here is another one. Look at like the arrowhead. So if you want to do this, let's see if this screwdriver will work. I'm trying to go from this end. So I'm going to take the screwdriver from this end. I'm going to push this side in there. And that's not going to work. I'm trying to do this so you can see this. Let's try this way. Push one side in, hold it out, then go to the other side, and push that side in. And it will pop right out. Alright, that is out of the way. The next thing you got is a 12mm nut. Hey, this is supposed to be enclosed. Somebody open it. You got a 12mm nut right there. Let's get our 12mm. Take that nut out. This harness will pop right off. And put your nut right back up there. Alright guys, now we're going to take out the alternator. Now you're going to have your idler pulley right here, but your idler pulley is bolted to the alternator. So we're going to try to snake this out of there without having to do that. Now you have a 14mm bolt right here, and then follow the alternator around, and then you have a bracket down here with 3 12mm bolts. Just that bolt is holding in the alternator. So let's get that one first. So I'm using a deep 12mm. We're going to go down there. Okay, we got that bolt out. Let's put that to the side. Now let's switch over to the 14mm, and you're gonna get this bolt right here.
Oh, I was looking at the wrong hole.
Got it?
Okay.
Now you don't have to take this bolt all the way out. Just loosen it up because it goes into a slot. So make sure your harness and everything out of the way, and take your alternator out. And as you can see the little groove right there. That's what I was talking about. You don't have to take the bolt all the way out. So let's get our alternator out of the way. And this is a good time to now show you what the party line is. So let me just show you what that is. Alright guys, I need you to adopt this method. This is great for any kind of project you have going on. Every time you take off a part, you put it in the line. Like remember, the first thing we took off was that engine, the beauty cover right there. And as we take off stuff, you put it in that line. So when you go to put this job back together, you just start, as you can see, the alternator is the last thing we took off. You start from the end of the line and work your way back. That means you can, if your party line stays intact, you can leave this car apart for years, decades even, and come back and still put that car back together. Especially that you have majority of your bolts already into the place where they belong. Alright, we got that done. The next thing we do, let's go take off that belt tensioner. Alright guys, you notice I didn't take off the belt. Now, I'm taking off the belt when I take this off. But if you had to change this belt, you don't have to take off that tensioner. What you can do is just slide that belt right between the tensioner and the front cover, and that belt will come out of there. So you don't have to take that off. Now your tensioner is held on by a T50 Torx socket here. Let me get this out of Civi's way because I don't want her yelling at me. Hey Civi? Yeah. So we got a T50. Let's go in there. And you want to be careful, guys. You see, I'm using my hand to brace this because if you go ahead and try it just like this, there's a chance you might strip that out. So you want to use something, get your hand there just to hold it into place. Oh my goodness gracious. That is tight. Make sure you have a good socket that, because that thing breaks off, man, you're going to break your hand and dang, this is going to suck. I need something with better leverage, but I don't have too much room to go in here. Let me try it again. Well now.
Well, you're just breaking all your tools today.
Son of a biscuit. Alright, let me go get another one. Alright guys, got me another T50. Craftsman. I got a pipe on into this. Something's wrong here. This thing should not be this tight. Okay, let's try this again. That is gonna break. That is gonna break. That is definitely. Yeah, it's starting to. This thing is starting to twist. Holy cow! You know, out of curiosity, let's just in case this is reverse thread, which I doubt. Let's go ahead and try this way. Nope. Nope, that sucks. This is you got to be kidding me. I wonder if they have Loctite in there or anything, or is that going into the? What if that's going part? What is that? What if on this is actually part of? No, you can actually. We can actually. We looked up a new one. We can't get a new one. I'm about to say, what if it's part of the cover? What if it'll come off with the cover on? But the problem is, what if that bolt is going in through the cover and going and screwed into the block? Then that would suck. What do you suggest, Debbie?
I don't know. When you have something like that, what is something that you can try? Let's suppose they did put Loctite in there. What do?
Don't want to try no heat, not with aluminum. I guess I can get a chisel and try to, from the vibration of an air chisel, and from the vibration, eventually it would. Well, that means we'd have to get a new bolt. The worst thing I can do is mess up the tensioner.
I know we can get another one.
Let's try that. All right, guys, we're gonna set it up and hope for the best. Alright guys, this is going to be fun. First of all, what we're going to have to do, we're going to make an indentation in here because this is so smooth that if I try to chisel it, it's just going to slip right off. So, get our cutter. That gives our chisel something to grab onto. That's too thick. Let's try this one. Alright. Try that one. This one is too fat. That one feels pretty good right there. That's thick too, but this one might be able to get in there better. Let's try this one. All right, you gotta have you some ear protection. Look at that, yo. Look at that. Yeah, buddy. Oh my goodness. Let me get my socket over here. Guys, unreal, man. Look at that. Got it off too. So now you learned the little trick there. Oh, that bolt is loose. We got a 14mm bolt back here. Hold on here. Let me take Sydney's headphones off because she got some too. That bolt should not be loose. Here's a 14mm bolt. Let me get a socket and take that one out, but as you can see, it took that bolt, and you saw it. You saw it actually break that Torx. So there you go. There's an idea you can do. Man, I'm good. Oh, jeez. All right, let's get that 14mm bolt out of here. All right, guys, we got the bolt out. Let's get let's get this bolt out of here. And the tensioner. And of course, we're going to be getting a new bolt. Alright, let's put this in the party line. Alright guys, the next thing we're going to do is remove the camshaft actuator assembly. That's this little harness right here and this little valve inside there. Now you're going to have get a T25 Torx socket. You're going to have two bolts right here. So you're going to go ahead and take those out. And then get you a flat screwdriver, pry off this little clip right here, this retainer, that's retaining the harness. Okay, then you want to grab you a 10mm. The harness comes around here to this connector, and this connector is held on by a 10mm bolt up under there. Good. Take that bolt out, and just like I told you, I taught you, put that bolt right back into place. And then let's finish removing those bolts. Alright, now to remove it, you want to take your little flat screwdriver and you want to go between the sensor and the actual actuator, not sensor, between the actuator and the actual actuator, and just push back a little bit. And then go around this side and keep going back and forth to wiggle that out. And there you go. And this, guys, this is actually might be a good idea to replace this also, because those are little small portholes right there. If they get clogged up, this thing will not work. So you got this job apart, do it anyway, change it. Alright, let's put this down. We're going to put our bolts back in there, put the big bolt back in there, and move right on. Alright, now your cover's going to be held on by a lot of bolts. So I'm going to show you a nice way of setting these up so you can make sure. Well, actually, you just leave the bolts in there. Stop playing around, let's leave them in there. Okay, now what we're going to do first of all, we're going to start on one corner and work our way around. But we got to remove this bracket right here, or just loosen it up or something, because there's a bolt right behind there. So let's get that 14mm. Loosen it. Actually, this bolt is just holding that bracket on, so you can actually, if you want, just put this back in there and leave that just like that. Now we're going to switch over to a 12. We're going to start from here and work our way down. And you follow along. There's a 14. So we got to switch to a 14. Take that one off, and we're going to just keep going around. Now, leave your bolts in there right now. I'm going to show you a way how to line these up so you don't get them confused. Because there's different kind of ways, and as long as you put them back the right way, the right one's in the right spot, you're not going to go wrong. Nothing's going to go wrong. But I'm going to show you in a minute. Let's get all this row over here all out, but we're not going to take them completely out. Alright guys, I got all these loose right here. Now I'm down to this one right here, and I'm switching over to a shallow 12mm. Wow. be careful with that bolt. So when you get a bolt tight like that, what you want to do is tighten it back up a little bit. Keep going back and forth until you can get that loose out of there. Now, you're going to go till you can't go no more. And then you're going to switch over to the other side. Start from the top, go all the way down till you possibly can't go no more. And then we're going to lower the engine to get to the bottom ones. So let's get the ones all the way to the top as much as we can. And there's one right inside of here. So remember that one, and make sure I don't see no one up there. Alright, so let's get all those loose. Alright, now we got all the bolts we can on the top. This is what I want you to do. I want you to start taking the bolts out over here. 1, 2, and this one goes in there, so we don't have to worry about that one. Just bring that to the side a little bit. This is number 3. And 4. So I'm going to take the first 4. So what you want to do is go to the side somewhere. Start from the top. 1, 2, 3, 4. On that side of the engine. Then we're going to do the other side. Go all the way down to all the ones we took out and bring them down in line. So you know exactly where they go when they go back in. Alright, let's get the other ones out and then we're going to look at this together. Alright guys, we got our bolts laid out so far. As you can see, there's all different kind of sizes. Well, that one right there is short. This one here we got a short. But now we know exactly how they go so far. And in the center of the timing cover, we have this one on the top. And then in the, down towards the middle of it, we have this 10 millimeter. So now, what we're going to do is go over here and lower down the engine. You can come over to the front of the engine. Lower it down, and there we have all the other bolts. So it looks like all these is 12 millimeters. So let's get all those out and put them in the line. All right, we got all the bolts out. The bottom one in the center, we took it out. This one's right behind the harmonic balancer. It looks like it's going into an oil gallery or the oil pan or something, like whatever. A lot of oil's getting on it. So we just got that one right there. Nothing's wrong. Alright, now let's go over there and get our cover off. Alright guys, now what we're going to do now, on the bottom, I'm going to show you in a minute, there's dowel pins that's making this, going to make the cover seem like it's really stuck on. And we're going to take your screwdriver and you're going to go between the sprocket and the cover. Just go like that. You can tell. There we go. Just make sure that it's moving. Now it's going to be kind of difficult up here, and I'm going to show you why in a minute. You don't want to pry this too much or you will crack that cover. So let's go to the bottom and I'm going to show you what I mean about the dowel pins. Alright, as you can see right there, there's one guide pin.
Dowel pin?
Dowel pin. And I'll see another one. Alright, what you're going to do is take your screwdriver. Remember the oil pan right here? Just take your bolt screwdriver right in there. Stick it in there. And you're going to start walking that cover out from there. Just like that. Alright, let's go back up to the top. Let's jack our engine up. Enough to work your cover out. What the heck is holding this? Oh, let's see. Let's jack this up more. High as we can get it. Okay, what I'm actually stuck on is getting hooked up on the crankshaft That's that. This is gonna be a pain getting right in. You know what? Let's lower this a little bit. Is there any way that's gonna come from the bottom? Heck no, it ain't coming. Oh man, do I gotta remove that water pump? I'm trying to get this thing out of here without doing that. Looks like it's coming from the bottom, huh? But let's look at it. Lower it down, lower it down. Maybe I should have removed that cover. That ain't gonna come through there. See the problem I'm having right here? Cover getting hung up right on that crankshaft. If I can get past that crankshaft, I'll be good to go. I mean, it is so close. So close. And I'm wondering if I get the water, move the water pump out of the way. Will I be able to hear it? You can see something down there?
I can see you're close.
You know, we're not gonna fight with this. We're not gonna because I'm hitting right up against this water pump right here, and I don't want to have a hassle in taking this out, and I gotta put this back in with gasket maker on it, and they're gonna smear everywhere. So you know what? Let's put this out. Let's get this water pump out of here now. Looks like it's pretty easy. I see 10mm bolts. Well, there's probably one underneath we can get if we lower down. So let's get those 10mm bolts out and then lower it down and get to the bottom ones. Alright guys, we got, is that water coming out of there? Got one more bolt in the water pump. And you know what I like to do is try to move this jack back a little bit. One more bolt out of there. Maybe, you know, it's got a little color to it or something. Alright, now let's oh, that doesn't help now. Huh? Yeah, I can't. The jack is in the way. Oh well. Take that pump out of here. Not much came out of here. Right now, let's go up here to the top. Just that simple. And we have our cover off. See a little silicone, I mean that gasket maker around there and right there, pay attention to that. And you got a seal that's going in here. Where the heck that seal at? Alright, look down here at the bottom of the engine. You got that seal right there. Remember, take that off. Make sure you replace those. And this is a gasket maker around there. So what you want to do is just carefully break that off and take it out. Don't let it get down into the oil pan. Get all this stuff around here. We're going to stick a rag in there. But there we go, guys. We got the cover off. And now we're ready. Oh, that chain got a lot of play in it down there. Woof. Now we're ready to, we're going to bring up number one. I'm going to show you how to do it in a minute. And then we can start taking all this apart. Alright guys, I kind of messed up. I should have did this when I was in there. Now we got to set our cover back on. We don't have to bolt it up or nothing. But we got to, this is TDC right here. That's actually a number 10. Cut off. But this is TDC. We got to line the harmonic balancer up right to that. And that sets up top dead center, and then we can remove the cover and start removing stuff. Do not remove any of those chains or anything, because this is an interference engine and you will mess it up if you don't follow the next procedures. Alright, let's lower our cover back down in there. And it should be pretty easy now. Just going to lay it into place, and then we're going to set our harmonic balancer on. Alright, let's get that done. Alright, now what we're going to do here is on your harmonic balancer, there it is right there, you're going to see there's going to be an indentation right on the front. And this one's marked for us with yellow. That little indentation is going to line up with 0. So let's put this on. Put our bolt in it. And of course you see right now the mark is over here. Now once we get this lined up with 0, we also got to go up there and make sure the camshafts are in position. So let me get a ratchet and all, turn this, and as I'm turning this, you guys are going to watch the top. Alright, now I'm going to be turning the crankshaft to TDC. Now once we get it to TDC, there's going to be, now forget the marks that's supposed to be up here. You want to focus on, first you got this little indentation that's cut out right here. Now remember, this cutout, not remember, but this cutout is different from these right here. So this one don't go all the way back. Now there's going to be that cutout on this one, but on this gear, there's going to be a straight line, a cutout. Those two have to be lined up right next to each other, and that's going to be, the cams are going to be set. If one is over here and the other one is over here, we're going to have to rotate the crankshaft again. So I'm going to set the light up. All right, and now you're gonna. Oh, you can see down here. Yeah. You can see the. You gotta move on more.
Yeah, I will. I'm just trying to give you room to set yourself up.
So. Something. I'm on that timing cover or something. Yeah. should have took the spark plugs out. Last time I said the spark was out, they wasn't out. And I should have took them out.
Slow down. Keep going, but slow down. A little more. A little more. Just a little. Okay.
Right there? Close enough. I mean, it don't have to be exact.
Just a smidge more.
It don't have to be exact still.
Okay, a little more.
I should turn this thing all the way around.
Right there, right there, right there.
Alright, now look at our camshafts. And we're going to have Sylvia tell us. Is it...
No.
Nope, not at all. They are, and actually if you look on this side, you can see that indentation I was telling you about, the little cutout, is right there. So we got to go around one more time.
Why there's so many marks on that thing?
I have no idea. What do I look like? Kia? Mr. Kia?
Okay, you're getting there.
You didn't answer me, Sylvia.
No, wait. Stop. The flashlight turned. We're all blind. Okay, let me see. Hold on, okay? Hold on, I said.
I am. The heck yelling at me.
Ugh, that's no good. You and your flashlights.
Need some help?
Hold on. Some metal would be good around here.
There's metal on these parts. It's just metal.
Let me see that. Okay, that works. Okay. Slow it up. Keep going. Keep going. More. 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 A little more. Oh, a smidge. Okay, stop.
Okay, how's the marks now? Alright, if you look down in there,
Oh, good job.
they're lined up. Now, you're not worrying about the two, there's the timing marks, there are timing marks up here, but you're not worried about them because those are going to be lined up with the links in the chain. So, but we're not worried about that. Alright guys, you got that all lined up. Now let's get our cover back off.